By pressing play, you've been transported to a dimension where there will be no apologies given for the abstract and asinine comments made here by the host and their guests. With that being said, thank you for listening and enjoy your experience.
We are socially awkward.
We are 100.
Are you ready?
For episode 49 of the most ridiculously random pop culture podcast in the 719. Yo, where the captions at? Yo, 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 where are the captions at? Where are the captions at? Do hio do di ba, di bo di da shio da. Me not know that, me not know that. Where the at?
Just cause I have to say, yeah, you've been watching them intros too much. Cause them intros hit. I told you once you start mobbing.
No, man, when you start mobbing, you start mobbing. You already know what it is, guys. It's another episode of Yo, Where the Captain's At. As always, I'm yours truly, host of the show, Kels for Show, aka Captain of the Swag Improvement Club. Join with me always is my bro host.
You know who it is, Roscoe Tenkoya, aka the new member of the Swag Improvement Club. Even though I ain't really improving in my swag, but I'm trying.
Nigga, I see them chains you be wearing. I seen your wrist the other weekend. You see them trying to shine on these hoes.
Wearing chains.
See them trying to shine on these hoes right there.
I don't know about a Hey Arnold sweater with the chains, but
hey.
It works.
It works for Roscoe.
Exactly. That's all it needs to do.
It don't work for most people.
Yes, because it's not for most people.
The Rick and Morty hat.
You gotta know your drip so you can drown these hoes in it.
True.
And joining us always is our guy, our technician, the boy Daniel with a D, aka Chopper Rojas.
Hello.
Word. And joining us today, you heard him on the show before, and you should be following him on Twitch. He's a night kid himself. You know, when we talk anime, we gotta have our brother on here to do that shit with us. It's none other than the boy Davenport.
Yeah.
That works.
They call me Kevin, a.k.a. Young Thick Dick, a.k.a. likes to make his own nicknames, and sometimes lie about them.
Hey, you got an OnlyFans so you can prove yourself right? I'm not trying to see it, though, but I'm just saying, like, if we could get you some more sponsorships, I'm all down for supporting every brand that we can.
My Photoshop skills are on point, so...
Oh, word, I might have you work some shit out. I got this bowl right. It's kind of like... Never mind, I'll get to that later. But anywho...
I said Photoshop, not a doctor.
Now I'm saying you Photoshop out the pit. It's kind of big. Like, I got to suppress right now so you can't tell through the shirt.
Okay.
Nah, I don't, but it is what it is.
I can't. Still can't help.
Word. Oh, shit.
He's saying to just use paint and copy his skin tone from the around the mold and then cover it up with the mold.
I lied before. I don't Photoshop.
Word. Hey, that's cool.
I'd be a white spot. I can use the eraser on paint.
Or you just put like a Hello Kitty sticker on, like.
Oh yeah, I could do that. I could definitely do that.
There.
I could definitely.
Yeah, I figured I gotta talk to one of these young people about that shit. They be editing the fuck out of shit.
Yeah.
On the phone, man.
Just on the phone, not with Photoshop. Just like
for real,
on an iPhone got just
the motherfucking filters, nigga. That shits are immaculate.
I just take pictures and then like send.
Like, girl, I saw you last night. You ain't got no wrinkles in this photo. I see you in real life.
Zero blemishes.
Your face look like a geographical map of all the lakes in fucking America. How you get rid of those wrinkles like that?
You literally was wrinkly as hell telling me you just got out the shower and then took a snap picture looking smoother than a baby's butt?
Why you didn't lotion your skin, girl? You're mad dry. You in Colorado. It's arid out here. I think that's the word.
Why is that stone building behind you sinking in?
Oh, she that old?
No, it's a
vagina.
No, they make themselves look skinny, so the building like sinks in.
Okay, I got you now.
Yeah.
Like, that's some bad Photoshop too.
Warps in. Yeah,
I just saw you at King Super. Your body ain't built like that, girl. In a snack aisle. Put that shit back. Buying them gushers. You ain't got no kids. Let me shut up, I'll be buying mad candy.
I was gonna say gushers.
I look at a candy dish right here.
I'm like, Lunchables are $1?
Yeah.
Lunchables.
Them shits don't make it out the store. I'm in that motherfucker. Fuck, I just wanted to crease on low key anyways.
I just got on this Nutri-Grain strawberry crave.
Nigga, the dollar store got some bomb ass Nutri-Grain bars.
You hand that shit to me, it tastes just like a regular Nutri-Grain strawberry bar.
Strawberries be moist inside.
The only difference is the wheat. In the Nutri-Grain bar, you can taste it's more wheatier than the Dollar Tree one, but it's still the same goddamn strawberry.
If we're talking Dollar Tree, you got to get the pot stickers there.
I haven't
I
tried the
fuck
pop
with them.
stickers yet.
They got like 7 for $1. I told my dad this. I was like, Dad, they got 7 for $1 in this. If you go to any Korean, Japanese restaurant, any of these, like 7's like $10. And he's like, yeah, right. I literally looked up Korean restaurant menu. $8, $12.
Hell yeah, and the thing too about that shit is like,
there you go.
and they not the best because they dollar store, but they good enough.
Well, I put it in the air fryer. It tastes just like the.
Oh, you got an air fryer?
Well, you can do it in the pan too. If you do it in the pan with water.
Nah, I'm lazy.
Microwave,
I just put them hoes
Yeah,
in
I
the
don't-
microwave.
they won't taste it, but you can do them in the pan with a little bit of water.
If I'm not high, I
They
put
come
them in.
out just as
If
good.
I'm not high, I put them in the oven. I don't fuck with ovens when I'm high, 'cause, you know, you forget shit. So like, let me put these hoes in this microwave real quick. But no, you are correct. Put a little seasoning, like swag that up.
Yeah.
Cause low key, my dollar store go to $4 meal. Check it. You get the chicken. You get the chicken noodle ramens.
Y'all.
You get yourself a can of the chicken noodle soup.
Y'all.
You get you a can of the rice and chicken. You gotta get all three.
That's a lot of chicken.
No, of course. You gotta get the proteins. You get that, then you get, if you don't have eggs, then you could get the dollar store eggs. Cause them still eggs, they work.
Yo, them eggs hit still.
So what I do, I get my noodles, I boil the noodles, put my seasoning, my vinegars and all that shit in there. Like, then I drain that shit, then I get the chicken noodle soup and the rice, put it in the pot, let that shit boil, put my extra cilantro and chives, chop up some onions, chop up some peppers, crack, crack, crack. If I got that egg, like, I do that shit, put it on, fry my egg sunny side up, slap that shit on there, put that little chili lime seasoning.
That sounds good.
That's the sound of it. Booyah. That shit look like some Naruto shit. Nigga, I put down a snap. Then niggas like, where you get that from? Like, dollar store.
None of that making the.
Yo, I ain't gonna
None of that's
front.
making the final cut.
I'm being.
all.
Oh, yeah. And then,
Yo,
of course, I gotta eat it with my metal chopsticks because
I don't
I'm
know if
otaku.
you. I don't know if you ever noticed this. I don't know if you've been to like a high end Japanese ramen place. No. We went to one in Denver. It was like $14 for a bowl. Okay.
Word.
The ramen noodles that like all the seasoning, all the soup, all that's real good. The noodles that are in there could have been top ramen noodles.
Word.
Yeah, because
Could have been top ramen because that's just what ramen noodles are.
You gotta go to like.
Bro, it was downtown Denver.
Wait,
downtown
was that
Denver,
when we-
right by the Rockies? We went to a Rockies game and it was like
Okay,
a
no,
5-minute
See,
walk.
that
It was
might
like
be that
5-minute
Rocky
walk
Mountain
from
shit.
But then me, you,
No, it was a
Victor,
real.
They just because they told you it was.
when did
real.
we go to that one for place? Me
I mean,
and-
Because
I went
Red
with my
Lobster-
Japanese friend.
Love doesn't mean anything.
He's
It
the one who
does.
brought me there and suggested it.
Then he did wrong.
It does.
No,
it
it
does.
was, no, it was really good.
No, it's
but
real.
what is it? How much different can the noodles be? They were still freshly made. Like they weren't like dried out or anything. They were like freshly made. But
Hole in the wall.
what I'm saying is they just taste
Oh.
basically the same. It's not a lot different between the noodles. Like the
Word.
soup and
It's
everything
the-
else and the
it's the
seasoning.
fixings.
Yes, all that stuff. But the noodle, that's what I'm saying. The noodles, you can, just like Kelsey does, he takes the dollar ramen noodles, dumps them in there, and then does them all up.
And it's
then
the,
that's
and
what
it's the
I'm saying.
same way
The
like
noodles
Captain
are
D's,
basically
Captain D's and Red
not
Lobster
much
has
different.
the same product. We have the same fish and shrimp. You paying for the name. But with that being said, we need to get to what's popping
Oh,
before
yeah,
we run
yeah.
out of time
Yeah,
talking
let's get
about
to this.
other shit.
talking all about this ramen and shit.
Hey, it is.
We can say that
it's
for-
an anime episode about Japan, Japanese anime.
Exactly.
Because I ain't even going to
Ramen.
front. I was going to actually go
And the
to
low key
little
Ross,
spot
we
that
need to talk
went
about
go
wrestling,
eat
so
at.
just start
But
talking
yeah,
about
let's go to
wrestling.
wrestling.
We'll do
That you
This
say you wanna talk
Sunday,
about real quick.
this Sunday was Elimination Chamber. The big highlights were Daniel Bryan won the SmackDown Elimination Chamber, but Chet lost to Roman Reigns in his Universal title match shot. Shayna and Nia Jax beat Sasha and Bianca Belair. Also, after the end of Daniel Bryan and Roman Reigns match, Edge speared him and then pointed at the WrestleMania symbol, thusly confirming that it's spear versus spear for Mania.
Damn, Edge is still.
Oh, he
Well,
just
no,
came
Edge
back
just
last
came
year.
back and confirmed. No, not even last year. Royal Rumble. Well, actually, technically, he came back last year saying that he could do more full time. Got injured, and then Royal Rumble he came back.
Did you guys see Edge on Vikings?
I didn't know he
watch
did
Vikings, but it's
Vikings,
on
but
my
what was
list.
the
I didn't even know it was him, and then I saw
and
it
what other
somewhere, and I was
wrestling
like,
news?
"Shit, that's him."
But
Yeah.
Anyway,
but anyway, other notice is they didn't confirm it, but we do know that it's gonna be Sasha Banks versus Bianca Belair for at Mania, as well as Bobby Lashley lost the U.S. belt to Riddle in a triple threat match.
Yep.
Keith Lee did not fight in said triple threat match. He was injured, so the pre-show had somebody replace him. That person being John Morrison.
Oh.
John Morrison took the pin.
So anyway, it would have been still Riddle again, or was it supposed to be Keith Lee?
I think it would have been Keith Lee, but yet also random deep web news is Vince McMahon is yet again not a fan of Keith Lee. Don't know why.
Vince be hating.
He don't see nothing. He don't see the product. Don't know why.
Okay.
Ooh. Guess who got Guess who was the first elimination on the Raw side though, Kelsey?
Because it's not Jeopardy. I didn't come here to guess, but if I'm gonna say anything, it would have been Randy Orton.
And guess who pinned him though?
I'm gonna say it was Kofi Kingston.
Oh, you was right, baby.
I didn't even know that. That was good.
But yeah, the Royal Rumble for the males joint for the Raw part was actually good, but there was a few things that didn't go well right that made it kind of floppy, like the pure fact that AJ Styles entered the Rumble without actually being entered into the chamber without actually having his pod unlocked because Big Bad Almas broke the backside of it and then brought that nigga in after Orton got pinned by Kofi and Orton went on an RKO spree and AJ went to go pin and couldn't get no pins, which was like, that was pointless. Almas got kicked out, but yet AJ's still in the match, so it was just like AJ just got an early entrance for no reason. Right. But one of the good things is pure fact is it did end up just leaving to be the final two being AJ versus Drew. Drew hit AJ with an air Claymore while AJ was trying to hit him with the
phenomenal elbow.
Forearm,
yes.
But yes, but yet Drew won the match. But yet, not only did Drew win the match, Drew lost because Miz is now the only two-time Grand Slam champion.
I thought. No, oh, you talking about Grand? Never mind.
Two-time Grand Slam champion, but by cashing in his Money in the Bank after making a segment deal after Lashley lost his belt with MVP to basically have Bobby Lashley beat up Drew McIntyre and cash in his belt. And as stated, two-time Grand Slam champion. For those that don't know, Grand Slam champions, all it consists of is holding the U.S., the Intercontinental, the Tag Team, and the WWE Championship. And The Miz has done that twice. First ever in this current era of the Grand Slam Champions segment.
I didn't think Miz would get that popular. That's
crazy.
But he
did. And you know what also was popular?
Crazy.
Marvel movies.
Yes.
And guess what Marvel news just dropped?
Just dropped on this.
Marvel has now gotten the rights back to Jessica Jones and The Punisher.
Yeah.
Wait, it's already been that time period?
Yeah. Yes.
It's been the whole year?
So speculation, since we already getting Daredevil, it's been confirmed that he's going to be in Spider-Man 3. There's a good chance that Jessica Jones might pop up in the She-Hulk series, and we might see the Punisher somewhere soon. Will it be the same people? If I was betting, man, I would say 70% yes for John Bernthal.
You're close enough.
I'm close enough. The nigga that played on Netflix.
His name John.
That will always be Shane to me, but it's a good chance he might pop up in that shit too.
What about the
Jessica Jones?
We don't know about that because that's still in the air, just like with Luke Cage and Iron
I'm gonna be
Fist.
100. If she comes back and reprise her role just for the Marvel Universe as Jessica Jones, I would literally go and watch the bitch in Apartment B.
Or you should just watch Jessica Jones season 3.
True. I didn't just finish season 3.
I think they try as hard as they could to keep the same actors because both of those were popular
series.
Yeah. Those were the better series and more popular.
It'd just be easier too.
That as well as she perfectly fit Jessica Jones after being the nigga that fell into for her for the comic book version.
So did the Punisher. He was just so.
Yeah,
he was so
Shane
good at it.
Yeah.
He was just so good.
Yeah, he got that darkness in him.
He made the character his own.
Yeah.
Did you guys hear how he did that too? He went to a comic book shop. He was like,
and just read all them bitches.
No. He was trying to get into the character, so he was getting the comic books, and the comic book store clerk was like, "I know who you are, and I know what you're doing." And he was like, "These aren't the comics you want to read for this."
Oh, so he gave him the good art.
So he gave him the right ones.
Yeah.
And that's why it was the way it was.
And that's why comic book nerds are the best when it comes
it could have
to
been
pop
completely
culture.
different.
Because literally he was probably going to get these during that time period, those current Punisher issues. And yeah, Punisher's probably always the same. But
I like how you talk like you've been reading Punisher comics since 83.
I know. But there's
you haven't been alive till 83.
But I do know when Daredevil had to represent the Punisher, that was probably one of the best Punisher comic book arcs
you
of
ain't
all
wrong
time.
with that. I ain't gonna say all that, but no, it was good for the Punisher. But also, Marvel is gonna drop a new series called Marvel Assembled, following after the last episode of WandaVision. The week between that and Falcon and Winter Soldier, it'll be a behind-the-scenes series showcasing how they shot WandaVision, also giving us some hints and some tidbits about upcoming projects and the interconnectedness of the Marvel universe. And off of Marvel.
Wait, quick question. So is that supposed to show within the 2 weeks time?
No, it's only a week between.
Wait, I thought it was 2.
No, it's
oh,
1
it's
week.
gonna be 1 week.
And
Okay.
in that 1 week, that's what we're getting. So
That's
it's
where
still
we're
gonna
gonna
be
get that
content.
BTS.
Yeah,
I thought
then
they
we're
did
gonna
one of those already. I thought I saw that on.
Well, they had one
Disney
called
Plus.
Marvel Legends when they
Legacies,
give
yeah.
you like the lead up to it.
Yeah.
But
But
then
I
they
think
gonna
this
give us
is-
behind the scenes.
Yeah, this was gonna be a
Okay.
BTS compared
Yeah.
to just a video edit drop up.
And then speaking of Disney, they dropped the trailer for the Cruella movie starring Emma Stone, which I didn't give a fuck about, but now I saw it. Like,
now.
I'm not gonna go pay money to see it. If I could watch it on Disney Plus for free,
No, I think it's gonna be. I think
yeah,
it's
they
gonna
gonna
have
put
that
that
premiere
Mulan
money.
shit. Like,
It's gonna-
nah.
Because Lolo and got that premiere shit, and I'm just like, y'all need to follow it on HBO because y'all already got the money. Y'all ain't losing money. Do what HBO doing.
Yeah,
Give us
they
a
could
free
run
30
both.
days.
Hell yeah.
Well, that's all WB.
Hell
I
yeah.
think all WB movies are going. Well, at least,
Well, that's
Yeah,
like
there's
at least
HBO
DC.
shit. Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
dropping on HBO Max and theaters.
And
Yeah,
speaking
I-
of that shit, HBO Max, Mortal Kombat, we finally got a trailer for that shit
yeah.
dropping
Ooh.
April 16th. Can't wait for that. Bloody as hell.
And also, I know. Actually, no. The day that this drops, the Tom and Jerry movie will be out
ain't
on
worried about
HBO
that
Max. Don't really care, but
Might
I
watch
might
it. I'll watch
actually
this
watch
shit.
it.
Are they going
I'll
by
be
anything
fucked up.
like the YouTube series they did for Mortal Kombat? Are they
No,
going
no, it's
anything
gonna be
like
it's
that?
gonna be-
Have you seen the trailer?
No, I didn't watch it.
Ooh.
For real?
Should we show it to him?
No, yeah, after this,
recording?
supposed to be
Yeah,
the
I
video
wanna
game,
Oh,
dude.
baby. When you see this Davenport, you're gonna be like, yeah, this is.
I've seen snippets of it. I, haven't watched the whole
I can
thing.
honestly say this is probably as good as the Machinima Mortal Kombat, but maybe a little bit better because of the pure fact
The
that
what?
they got that
The
money.
what Mortal Kombat?
The Cheetah Bug, the web
That's the
series.
YouTube
The
one.
only,
the one
only
you
thing
do,
I would
I
say
got
was
you.
separate this. That one was darker and they paid more focus on character development. This
Yeah.
one seems to me to be more what it should be, kind of campy, kind of light, but still gruesome.
Okay.
But the costumes could have been better, but you could tell they didn't put that much into the budget, which sucks. So hopefully, if it does do well,
I'm
part
cool
two
with
will
it
be
either
looking
way.
different.
I still fuck with the first two. Like,
Oh, hell
I'm
yeah.
still down with the first two, even though they were.
And speaking of video games, you got anything real quick you want to tell to the people?
So the newest game that I've been on is called Valheim. It came out February 2nd. It's been
How
out for
is
about
that?
20 days. Really good. It's only got apparently 4 developers, but they're in Norway, so they have all the lore. It's a Viking game. There's 4 developers. They've sold 3 million copies already
Damn.
in 20 days.
Is it a BR?
And it is a survival game. So if you think like H1Z1, Rust, DayZ, those types of games, even it's like a Viking Minecraft.
Bro, that shit
You basically fly in to start. You
On a
like
dragon?
fly in on the back of it. There's a like falcon, eagle.
Oh, it's a big-ass bird.
carrying you. That's how the game starts. And you drop in, and then you just have to survive. Basically, cut down trees, make a base, make buildings.
I thought you were about to say make babies. I'm like, oh, we fucking.
There are 5 bosses in the game that you have to progress through. You go through all the different ages. You start at the Stone Age, so you make a stone axe. You cut down trees with a stone axe. You build
Viking
stuff
Dr.
like that.
Stone?
Well, they don't get as advanced
Yeah.
in Dr. Stone, but you go through Bronze Age, Iron Age, then you get Silver, and then it continues like that. And you can, I know people who've dumped 20, 30, 40 hours just into building their house, and that's it. But there's so much more to the game. The map, I'll put it this way. I've probably played 50, 60 hours, and you can zoom out on the world map that you can explore, and I've probably explored 10%.
And
You
is
can-
this world Earth, or is it an alternate world, like Ram or something?
It's not like, it's not Earth as in there's the
Africa,
U.S. and
yeah,
Africa.
okay,
Yeah.
right.
It's its own.
It's Earth-ish.
Every server is different.
Oh.
Every server is gonna have a different map randomly. You start on basically an island that could have different areas to it that progressively get harder, and then you get to the coast, and you have to build a boat, and you sail just like the Vikings did.
Yo,
You can
when
make
she's
a raft
discovering
into
my
a
body,
boat.
I progressively get harder too. Hey.
I go with progressive because
Flow?
flow, yes,
Word,
because
for
of
sure.
flow, yeah. But so you have a gigantic world to explore. The thing that I like the most about the game is it actually has progression. If you play any other survival game, basically you can build a base, you can collect all your stuff, but if you die and you spawn with nothing, anybody who logged in that day for the first time ever is at the same point as you. This game, if you cut down a bunch of trees, your tree cutting ability goes up. If you run a bunch, your running goes up. If you kill a bunch of stuff with a bow, your bow ability goes up. So it actually has progression to it, which all other survival games that I've played doesn't have progression. It's basically you die, you start over.
So it's an
But you
ESO
have your
survival game then, because I'm thinking
It's not like
in progression style.
It's not like an MMO. You don't get like skill trees or anything like that.
But just
but
your
you can
progression
kind of
style.
spec into what you want. If
Okay.
you want to mainly use a bow and you shoot your bow a bunch, your bow skill goes up. If you want to use a dagger and you use the dagger all the time, your dagger skill goes up.
Okay.
There's not really PvP base at this point. It's only 10 people to a server right now because the server will lag if there's more people. But I have a dedicated server basically to where I only play with people I want to play with. So it's all PvE at this
Right.
point, but it's also an alpha. They've sold 3 million copies and the game's not
So-
even fully released yet.
Damn.
And
It's the future.
who knows where they can go from there.
That's gonna be the new hotness.
It's extremely popular right now. Viking Age, I'd check it out. Valheim, very...
And they're still working
Very
on the
good
single
game.
player too, right?
You
Because
can, you can actually play single player in it.
Yeah.
But the cool thing about this is you can play your character on your server. If you log out and log into a different server, you log
It's
in
a whole
with,
new character?
No, you log in with all your abilities. You log in with
okay.
anything you had on you. So you can just go to different public servers you want to. You can turn on
so it's
PvP
not-
and PvP if you want to. You can do whatever. You can
okay.
carry stuff from one server to the next server. So it is...
So it's way
It's
better
really
than
good.
most of the other survival games where
It-
one server is one character regardless.
I've played quite a few survival games. I'd say this is my favorite one.
All right.
And
Word.
it's $20 on Steam.
And
It is
speaking of
not-
something that
it's
didn't
not a lot.
survive, Daft Punk split up.
Wait,
And this
they did?
This segues in our music section.
I'm sorry.
so
I
we
just
can
gotta
get
give out
into
one
everything
quick-
else.
I just gotta give
You
out
can do
one
that at the
quick
end because
video
we got to
game.
move on. We
All right.
just put a pin in that.
Put a pin
but
on that.
Daft Punk splits up. I didn't find out why, but it's official. I'm gonna do my research, and next episode we'll
Are they?
figure out.
So do we know?
I don't know
is
anything.
Either, so we
I
don't even know if
I
either
don't know
or is
nothing but
going to
what
do
I
music.
said. I just know Daft Punk
Damn.
split up.
Couldn't they just put anybody in the helmets and say it stayed together?
No, because there are legal rights, but that's smart. And speaking of YWDCA 14, the playlist for the month of February, we're going to talk about a little music real
We're
quick
staying together, new lead singer.
before we move on to this anime talk. One of my favorite songs that came out this week is Go Crazy, the remix, Chris Brown, Young Thug, Mulatto, and the boy Future, the Toxic King himself.
And we're going to listen to it right now. We don't have the rights, never mind.
Thank
All right,
you.
go ahead.
Fake Love by Gavin Magnus and Luke Kale. Then you have Do You Miss Me by Olivia Hope, aka Dagger from the Cloak and Dagger series. She's back making
Oh,
music.
she out here got a new single out.
Yeah.
Because I do know she did have a single for Cloak and Dagger.
That's true too. And the boy Jim Jones, Couple, he dropped a new album called Fraud Department, and 2 songs out there up on the list is Bada Bing.
Bada Bing.
Hey, I don't know if that was a Fifth Element reference, but it pops though. And
Mike
Barry
Jones?
White. Nah,
Damn.
nah.
I just want to hear him repeat his name over and
Word.
over again.
Yo, that was a thing that people said was stupid.
Oh, you
but it
missed out
worked. It's
last
cliche.
week, bro.
It did work.
No,
It
2 weeks
100% did
ago.
work.
You missed out 2 weeks
And what
ago.
songs you want to plug real quick, Ross? Before we move
The songs
on?
I'm gonna plug is Jealousy from, I want to say her name is Mahala. I don't know.
Close enough.
Close enough.
It's on the
Featuring
playlist.
Rico Nasty.
Hey, ow.
As well as No More Parties remix from Corey LeRae featuring Lil Durk. I'm not
Durk.
gonna lie. She out here on the Lil Durk flow and that shit worked.
Yo.
And then Nico Moon, I will say, has now elevated past Old Dominion as my new current favorite rock artist. I mean, not rock, country artist with his new single, No
Nigga
Sad
Moon,
Song.
dude, I thought it was a chick.
It was a dude.
Oh, damn. Word. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not what I was expecting.
When I pressed that picture and saw that photo, I was like,
Why you
This
look
the
like
country?
Bucky?
First off, I
He
said
looks like Bucky.
why
That's
why
Bucky.
he should be singing indie songs, not country.
Exactly. I got that hat too. It's on my wall.
And then literally I was went and I was like,
emo country.
I literally went and was like, his latest single outside of this new one was Good Time. And then I'm like, wait.
Is it because it's Dynamite?
Nope. But just make it even more hilarious, the remix does has a black person on it featuring Shaggy. So,
All right, I'm done. And yo, that's been Yo What's Poppin'. Now we moving on to Yo We Geeking Out.
we geeking.
And today we're gonna be geeking out about the anime known as Mob Psycho.
100.
So real quick before we just randomly talk about this series, Ross, tell the people what this shit is about since you put me onto this.
All right, for those that love to want to talk about the satire anime, let alone for y'all that don't know
The what anime?
satire anime,
All right.
but yet for those that don't know,
That's where the captions will come in right there. I don't know what I'm saying. That's that
But they'll just say,
For-
where there's
for
captions
y'all
at?
people
They'll
that
get
love
fucked
this-
out here.
for y'all people that love to say One Punch could beat Goku, realize there's somebody that could probably beat One Punch, and his name is Mob Psycho.
I don't know. The way
I think
Saitama
Mob-
is,
That
the
would
way,
be good,
The
though.
way Saitama is written, his brain would be so aloof. Like even all that psychic shit, he'd be like, cool.
But I will say
You
the
know
one
what I mean?
thing, the one
But
thing that
they're
Kelsey
both
has
set up.
pointed
They're
out.
both set up the same to where it's like
Broken. Yeah.
make it as powerful as you can, and I still barely tried. That's
Yes.
how they're both
That's
set
how
up. So I
literally-
mean, that would be like the ultimate battle. The two dumbest people ever,
But what makes things
the most
smart,
powerful.
But what makes things
Because
great about
Goku's at least like smart and power. Like
No,
he's like
He's not intellectually smart. He's fighting
battle
smart.
fat. He's
But
battle ready smart.
He's very
He's a
fighting
lab
intellectual.
report.
Yeah.
He understands that completely. Neither of them are like, all right, he's gonna do this, so I'm gonna do this. He's gonna do this. They're
True.
just like,
Yeah.
but the
like-
one thing that
Because
does kind of
Saitama never had to be battled. That's why he joined the martial arts tournament.
but the
learn
one
martial
thing that
arts.
I
God, they
can
drew
honestly
that on
say
so long.
that
I didn't
difference.
like that.
I didn't like that.
They
They could do that in like
yeah,
3
they did.
episodes. They
I
did
didn't
like
like
You could have
most
done
of
one
this-
episode on that
One
shit.
episode.
You are absolutely correct.
But the one thing that can differentiate Satamo from Mob is the fact that Mob is one of those grammar punctual kids, but yet he's also. It's just like
But Mob can be psyched out is the big thing.
Yeah.
He can definitely get like you can get in his head
exactly.
and fuck with
and
him.
fuck with
And
him
Mob is
really
more
good.
of a well-rounded character. He has dimensions. It's not just I decided to get strong. I'm gonna punch people. I'm
feel-
gonna be a hero.
I feel like Saitama they're gonna move forward and they started in the second season, but the second season could have been
a little bit more.
the second
Oh,
second
shit.
season could have been 3 episodes.
Yo,
Yeah.
we
They
gonna
didn't
do.
move that one. But
Yeah, we doing the Mob.
Yeah, we doing one punch.
We doing the one
maybe
punch.
Not in
but
March.
what's Mob Psycho about?
Yes.
But Mob Psycho is literally
Thank
about
you.
a kid nicknamed Mob who is he 8th grade?
It doesn't matter. He's in middle school.
He's a middle school
He's
kid.
7th grade actually because I just watched the episode.
Well,
Thank you,
he's
Kelsey,
14
for-
though.
But in Japan,
Yeah.
Japanese. But in Japan, he's in the 7th grade. In the manga, like in the anime, they say he's in the 7th grade.
But yeah, you also
I
gotta
guess he's
remember.
8th grade second season.
No, it's 7th
No,
grade.
he's still in 7th grade.
Yeah.
How you 14 in the 7th
It's
grade?
Japan,
You
man.
got to remember Japan because technically college for them is
High
our
school.
our 12th year.
And university. It is
We'll
what it
roll.
is.
We'll roll with it.
No, but I'm saying like that's what it said. 7th grade. I don't make the rules.
But if y'all want to try to break this in the layman's term, he's a 7th grader kid.
that's not layman's turn. That's what he is.
True, but 7th
7th
grade.
grade. All right.
7th grade kid, real smart, but the thing is, he has a secret ability, aka he's a psychic. Not a lot of people know about it. But the real big goal for Mob is, I just want the girl that I've been having a crush on since I was little, that does know that I have psychic abilities, to acknowledge and find me attractive.
And she's like the idol of the school. She's like super popular now, and he's nobody.
Of course.
And the downside
He's
about
a geek. Of course, he'll be in love with the baddest bitch in school.
and the even more great downside about this is his 6th grade
What are you trying to
brother
say?
is the most popular kid in the school, and he has to deal with having a popular brother in love with a chick that's the most popular chick in school, but yet he's an below average kid. He has hella great grammar.
He would be the
skills.
weird nigga at lunch that kind of sits by himself but doesn't sit by himself, and you know him but you don't conversate with him.
and he'll correct you in your grammar speech, even though he's not trying to, but yet it's something that he does, and he's not trying to be awkward around you, but he doesn't really have great social skills.
But he got a nice part-time job.
Oh, the greatest part-time.
He got a nice part-time.
He got a great part-time job. Maybe a shitty boss. Maybe not.
No,
he's-
Regan's low key my favorite character on the
Master
show.
Regan.
Master Regan.
is
Master
the
Regan.
greatest.
Exorcism. He
But
does
yeah.
exorcisms
Yes.
and different psychic work.
Yeah, because in this world, there are actually evil spirits and shit, and people with the ability to interact with them and exercise them are called psychics. And he works for a dude that pretends he has psychic abilities to get over on people. All I kind of like Sean from Psych when he pretended like he was a psychic. It's kind of similar to that in a way. And Regan brings on this motherfucking Mob, so Mob can actually handle the work. While
The real
Regan's
work. But
the real
Regan
work.
still does good work.
Yeah, he
Regan
still does good work.
does what people think needs to be done.
Exactly, but he does, unbeknownst to us, or unbeknownst to Mob, he doesn't, to our knowledge, he doesn't realize the con that's going on.
Yeah,
but
Mob's not smart enough to understand that he has no powers.
Exactly,
At all.
but he doesn't. Okay, I'm sorry, this shit almost made me cry the other day when I was
Go ahead,
watching
say
it.
it. What scene
So
was
it
it?
was from season 2 when basically Regan got set up after the events of season 1. So now he's popular and everybody thinks he's this great psychic. So they bring him on a TV show just for him to be like, yo, the person who was exercising for 30 minutes, he ain't had no psychic abilities. You a fraud, basically. And he was like, So he gets caught up in this shit. Then they try to have a press conference. He go into this whole internal crisis. But then all this technology and shit start floating.
That was
like,
after they broke ties too. They hadn't
Yeah,
talked
and you basically
or seen each other.
Yeah, and
for
basically,
a while.
Mob did it because he's doing that, and Regan's like, "Did you know all along?" And Mob was like, "Yeah, I knew all along." I was like, "Oh shit,
No, you didn't.
He knew the whole time he was fraud." He's like, "No," he was like, "Yeah, I knew the whole time you was a good person." I was like, "Oh, I'm sitting in my bed about to cry, a grown ass man." Because Regan is a good person at heart. He's really trying to.
He wants to
do
help
good.
people. He
Regan's
wants to help people the whole time.
Artist that wants to help people.
The whole time though, like he says that, but how many times does he take no payment or like
No, you gotta pay bills.
30% of your crops? Like
Literally,
takes like
Regan
nothing
will
because he's
take
like, this isn't how
whatever
you.
is possible.
Yeah, it's like you're not a man if you don't believe in the work that you did. You don't take the credit for it.
One of my
Like he always did it right
true.
while doing it wrong. Basically,
Exactly.
Like,
Like,
that's
yeah,
just
you was
how-
getting over on Mob. Even he admits that, like, yeah, I was taking advantage of Mob. Mob was trying to tell me how he wanted social life. I'm like, you don't need social life. You're doing good work. Work with me because I kind of need you because there's real shit out here popping.
But what's even more great too is before he even realized that he has that, before he comes to the realization that he was using Mob, he has
He always knew he.
he knew he was, but I'm just saying before he actually admitted to Mob.
Yeah,
that
when he
was
realized,
using
like, in his mind, like, no, I'm really
it,
this kind of
Mob had a whole like, because one of my favorite out of the 3 scenes out of Mob Cycle is Mob actually getting the courage to be like, Regan, I want to have my own life. I want to do this, that, and the third. Only for Regan to be like, your friends are using you. This, that, and the third. And he's like, no, they're not. And then it's just like a whole battle between the master and student, only for him to be like, I'm going to do what I want to do. And Regan's like, all right, but you're going to be coming back to me. For only like a week or so to pass, for Regan to come to clarity is like, I don't need Mob all the time.
They both claim to clarity on we don't need each other, but
We need each other.
you know that
And
the relationship is a good.
and Regan,
Talking
like,
about toxic relationships.
yeah, like we was doing on our
it's a little
escaping
bit,
podcast.
but still really good.
Yeah, but
It's a
motherfucker, you
good
using
relationship.
Mob.
Good.
You just don't mad somebody else is using him more than you could do because you need his time. So it's
Yeah.
like, yo. But then again, go ahead.
Going back to the beginning, basically, he's watching the first episode. Honestly, I watched the part of the first episode and I couldn't really get over the animation.
Yeah, I was about to
style
bring
for a
that
little
up,
bit,
too, yeah.
and it took like a year. And just hearing people talk about it and always saying it's so good, that's what made me. So I checked it out and I was like, okay, let me actually fully watch the first
Yeah.
episode. And it's so well mixed with comedy. Just the first episode where they have a telepathy club and they're trying to find more telepaths.
Yeah.
And Mob's like obviously one of the most powerful ones. He's in there, and the telepathy club's about to go to the wayside. They're like, if you don't have this many members, we won't be able to do this. And Mob is just sees this girl interest, and you're like, okay, Mob's gonna save the telepathy club. Let's go. All right, he's gonna do it. And he's like, I'm gonna go to the body modification, like body
I need to get
interest club.
strong.
Like he just skips it completely, and you don't see it coming at all, and it's perfect because he's just like, I'm gonna go get strong instead, and you're like, it's perfect comedy the way they set it up and everything, and he goes, and the good thing about the series is just how everybody rallies around him too, and how all his friends are actually really awesome
And supportive as fuck.
he's super weak, obviously, and all these
Physically,
all the dudes in the club are extremely strong and like insane, and they all just have his back. They're like, "You're part of our club. We got you. We know you're weaker, but you're trying. Let's go." And that's just a good. It's a wholesome part of
It's
the
like
series.
the most wholesome anime that I've watched. Like, yo, it's dope. And that's one thing, too, I like about animation. It's kind of be simplistic, but they mix different genres at the same time. But then when they get to the action, then that shit takes it to a whole nother level. They doing shit like, yo, this shit is dope.
And I will say, when I started watching the second season, I was like, I'm going to watch this. My girlfriend doesn't watch anime at all. And she started watching first episode, season 2. And she actually really liked it. She doesn't like it anime at all because when people who don't watch anime a lot think about anime, they think like action all the time, training, fighting, all this stuff. And if you're not in it, like a lot of people are into that, I like that. But some people aren't into that. So if you find people that aren't into it as much, show them Mob Psycho because it has so many different things and it's more like a series. It has a lot of different things in between the action. The action will take place in an episode, and the 3 episodes before leading up with comedy, character development, everything that you need, where it's not like action every single episode, which, like I said, a lot of people like in anime, but there are plenty of people who don't watch anime because they're not into all the action stuff. So,
Exactly.
and that, like I said, my girlfriend won't watch any anime with me at all. And then
You need to put on that Sailor Moon Crystal.
she's actually said that we should watch Sailor Moon. So maybe.
See? Sailor Moon Crystal.
Sailor Moon Crystal work.
But she watched all 6 episodes and was actually intrigued and invested in it and was watching it. You know what I mean? And that just put a new level on the series for me. And it's always been regarded, the first season when it came out was regarded as one of the best anime. So,
oh, baby, it was.
And it just is really good. The characters in it are good. The comedy's in it really good. The storylines in it really good. The action's all good. So,
yeah, it sounds like it's all good.
yeah, it's a good one.
So if you can't tell by now, we love the series, so you guys should definitely check it out if you haven't. And for all those that have watched it, now we're about to talk about check it out, where we give our recommendations
Quick
for
question,
things
though.
of fans.
Favorite moment?
Favorite moment of Mob, real quick. Shit. Like I just said, when Mob and Regan had that moment, that's definitely number one. If I have to step outside of that, I might say when there was a lot of good shit. If, the alley fight when Mob snapped the first time we fought the dude.
Oh, when he fought old dude in the alley?
Yeah, the one dude on the scars. That was dope.
Yeah.
Low key, anytime Mob snap and go beyond plus ultra.
That's one of the things I really like about the series, when they have the percentage.
The emotion meter.
Yeah, they have a percentage when he's about to go to 100%.
Yeah.
So
what about you, Ross, real quick?
My favorite Mob moment probably might be when he meets a old dude that goes to the opposite school, and they have their whole fight, and we find out why Mob.
Zawa?
Yeah, Zawa, and we find out why Mob doesn't fight human.
Oh yeah. That whole episode's dope. Yeah.
That was literally, I think probably my favorite part is the fact that he was like, "Oh, you're just like me. The only difference is you're using your second abilities because you don't want to be a loner. I'm trying to be a regular person because I don't want to be a loner. Because we're psychic people and we feel alone in this world because we can't really relate to people without psychic abilities."
Word. What about you, Davenport?
I like the recent season. They did the 100% happiness meter, basically.
Oh.
Yeah.
So he got happy, and he, I didn't expect the dude to, like, take that many evil souls with him, but there were so many, like, he killed the dude, and he's like, all right, all these evil souls are gonna get out there, and he's like, all right, I gotta eradicate all these, and there were so many.
Yeah.
And he still came out on top.
Oh, yeah, and like when he was in that spirit
100%.
world, and Dimple had to wake him out. Yeah.
Oh, I
Dimple
love
woke him out of it. Yeah.
All right, so speaking of check it out, Ross, what would you recommend to people that are a fan of Mob?
I'm gonna be honest. for those that are fan of Mob that do probably don't like Netflix or whatnot, or have a strong opinion about live action adaptations, I would recommend the Netflix adaptation of Mob Psycho 100. It's not officially the Netflix adaptation. It's only Netflix bought the rights so we can see it globally. But it is literally the live adaptation of season 1 of Mob Psycho. And I can honestly say, for those that are listening to us that don't like anime because it's too cartoony or this, that, and third, watch this live action. It's almost basically it's literally word for word, not scene for scene, but almost scene for scene, because animation and live action regulations. But it's literally the anime just in live action format, and probably one of the best live action adaptations I've ever seen.
Word. What about you, Davenport?
So just coming out, if you haven't watched How to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon, Danmachi. Third season's rolling right now.
I need to get on that. I ain't really on season
The first
3.
season was amazing. First season's top 10 anime all time.
Ooh,
It
damn.
is extremely good. Second season, decent. Third season's picking up again. It's another one. A lot of character development. A lot of good action scenes. A lot of different things going on to where it is really good if you're into like the. It's like a other world type deal where it's like an MMO, but it's just real life. Like there's a dungeon in real life that you have to go to fight monsters.
Like a
and
sexy dungeon?
There's some sexy in it. I mean, the main
Is it human sexy or like creature sexy?
human.
Okay.
Human, you're good on that.
Word.
But it's basically real life MMO where there's a dungeon, you go in, you level up, but it's not like Sword Art Online where you're in another world playing an MMO. It's just how life is.
Word.
So, How to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon season 3 going on right now, and then Attack on Titan final season coming out.
Oh, it's
been
out right
good
now.
too.
We'll talk about that off mic because I got some issues.
Well, if you watched the last episode, I didn't watch yesterday's
Yeah, I didn't
episode,
want me either.
but last week's it got confusing and they just tossed all this confusing shit at you. But Attack on Titan is known for here's a
shit.
bunch of confusing shit, and here's the clear up a couple weeks later.
Yeah. For me, it's going to be Teen Titans versus Teen Titans Go just because it focused on...
Was that good?
Yeah, it was
Teen
fun.
Titans versus Teen Titans Go is so
What's that
damn
on?
good.
We really...
HBO Max. HBO Max got it. Right.
Word, HBO Max. But it's basically about a young teen being Raven, being overcome by psychic dark abilities a la Mob, and her trying to control that, and all the Titans from different realities coming together to help her fight her father, quote unquote fathers. And also, if you fuck with Mob, you gotta fuck with One Punch Man because it's from the same creators. And one of the things I like too, because Mob predates One Punch Man, is the fact like most of the dudes in the Body Improvement Club have doppelgangers or people that look just like them in One Punch Man. So I thought that shit was cool.
Not even just that. There's a few One Punch Man Easter eggs in there and throughout Mob.
Or it'd be the opposite because Mob predates One Punch.
Well, no, I know.
That's what I'm saying.
Mob's wearing a One Punch Man, like he's wearing a Satamo hoodie, and it just shows a man with the one underneath it, as well as dang, what was the other Easter egg for some? Somebody's reading the One Punch Man manga.
Word. That fourth wall, that meta shit. And yo, that's been Yo Check It Out. And
Check it out.
if you already know what happens next, well, you about to find out because this is the end, once again, of Yo, where the Captions at. Thank all you guys for listening. Thank you, Daniel, for being here. Thank you, Davenport, for being here, being the guest as always. Enjoy your time here. Would you like to tell the people where they can find you, man?
If you go to twitch.tv/NightNightKid, NITENIGHT, Facebook.com/NightNightKid, Twitter the same. I'll be there every day streaming. Twitter on when I'm going live, where I'm going live.
No, that's it. All right, word. And also, you already know you can find me, Kels for Show on YouTube. Also, follow the Escaping Network's YouTube page as well. Also, Escape Podcast, do both of those. Ross?
You know how to find me, Roscoe Tinkoy, on everything. It's easy, it's peasy on the lemon day squeezy. I don't know why I said that, but oh well.
I don't know either.
Yeah, word. And as always, guys, thank you for being Captioners. Thank you for listening. Tell everybody they should just check us out to see if they like us or hate us. Any press is good press. And the only thing
Not all the time.
it's always good for me. And yeah, and remember, be one or be nothing. And as always, I'm yours truly, Kels for show.
Live life and be a Miss Unknown, y'all. You know who would be Roscoe Tinkoya.
Bada beam, bada boom.
Hey.
Multi-pass, ho.